What's up, yard freakos? Today's an exciting day. You know why? Because today begins the fall rehab. Now, I was originally planning on doing this in September, around Labor Day, because that would give me a full weekend to do it. But NASA told my company to get a satellite out of the door into Vandenberg Air Force Base so it can launch really quickly. So I had to move the timeline up a bit because the next few weeks are going to be hectic. Okay, first thing we're going to do is mow the lawn. And what we're going to do with that is this. We're going to lower the wheels. I've been mowing at 3.5 inches, but I'm going to take it down to 2.5 inches because when I spread the seed, I want it to be able to get down to the soil easier, and you can't really do that with a taller lawn. Okay, so for this fall rehab, I'm going to be doing a few different things. So the first one is I'm going to be mowing the grass short. The second thing I'm going to be doing is core aerating. Then I'm going to be throwing down some fertilizer, sulfur, and the Job stuff that I had posted about earlier. And then I'm going to be throwing grass seed down. So it's going to be a pretty busy day. So just to show you the things that you're going to need for a fall rehab like the one I'm doing, I'll show you here. Okay, so with core aerating, there are basically 3 points to do it. The first one is to break up the thatch layer, which is what I'm going to be using it for mainly. The second is to get air down into the roots of the grass. And then the third is to loosen up any compacted soil you may have in the lawn. So core aerating really isn't that complicated. You just usually rent the machine, like this one I got down at the hardware store here. Rent the machine, and then you do as many passes as you want. You really can't over core aerate. I mean, it's not going to harm the grass. So even though most people say do 2 passes, I'm actually going to be doing probably 3 or 4 passes just to make sure I get holes in there. Hey guys, so I'm gonna get back to the fall rehab here. I'm in different clothes because yesterday was really hot, and after core aerating I just didn't want to work anymore and I was pretty worn out. So what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna mow the lawn real quick and break up all of the cores now that they've had a time to dry out, and then we'll apply sulfur, and then we'll apply fertilizer, and then we'll apply the grass seed mix that I got. So that's what the plan for today is. Okay, I just wanted to say, when you're using sulfur, be cautious, use gloves, and try not to breathe the dust in, because sulfur definitely can get into all of the mucous membranes that you have, your eyes, your nose and stuff, and just make life miserable. So when you're using sulfur, just be cognizant of that. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the Job's fertilizer that I talked about in an earlier video, and I'm also going to add some Milorganite, because that Job's bag actually doesn't get me all the way to 1.87 pounds of nitrogen that I need to get into the ground. So for those of you thinking I wasn't going to be Milorganite, you're not going to be disappointed. Okay, last thing I'm going to do is the seed here, and I got this from Seed Superstore, and it's basically a mix almost all Kentucky Bluegrass seed. I had a little bit of rye thrown in there just to save a few bucks, but it's not going to really matter. Anyway, I have a video coming up on why I chose this particular company and the seed, the breeds of Kentucky Bluegrass within it. Oh yeah, that's Domination seed right there. Okay, after all that, I'm just going to turn on the sprinklers and adjust the settings to where I'm basically watering about 3 to 4 times a day. Hey, so this wraps up my fall rehab video. Hope you guys got a lot out of it. Like I said, there's going to be some follow-on videos coming along just explaining my rationale for the Kentucky Bluegrass seed and my reviews of that, as well as the sulfur and why I use that, and some other things too. So anyway, like I said, I hope you got a lot out of it. Please feel free to subscribe and to comment. The reason I do these videos is to interact with you guys. So anyway, have a good one and take it easy.